I think this white stuff might be a sign that I should be working on this year's Christmas ornaments. I haven't even gotten started yet. This year I'm making two new designs, a snowman and a snowflake. I copied both of them from my friend Chris. You might remember him from a rock hunting video we did this spring in Petoskey. So he gave me permission to use them. I think it's time to get inside and get busy. Here's the new stencils. This is the snowflake, obviously. And then I did 3 variations of the snowman. Chris's snowman looks like this. We've got the hat, the snowman, and then this is the scarf. And he just glues the scarf right on top there. So since that's kind of rounded, it kind of hangs out over that corner. I did another one where it won't hang out over the corner. I've got these little things here that kind of match up with this. This is a little bit narrower across here. This is a little bit wider, so it'll hang over just a little bit so the white won't show behind it. I don't know which way I'm going to like best. And then I've got another one where the hat goes on crooked, and we'll see if that looks good or if the straight hat's better. Well, the biggest problem I had with this project is finding something black to make the hat out of. So I found this Cladipora. This is a fossil rock that's found around here, and it's got a big black area, and I can make several hats out of that. I got plenty of room to make them. Problem is I've never tumbled cut pieces of this, and it's really soft, and I think the edges might round down a lot more than I want them to. So if that doesn't work out, my backup plan is to also make some out of this red jasper, and that should hold up in the tumbler fine. And then I have, this one's cut thick on the bottom, and this top one's thin. Since the scarf is going to lay on top of the rest of the snowman, I want that to be really thin. So I happen to have this already cut from another project, so I'll just use this for the scarf either way. So it's definitely going to have a red scarf, and it's either going to have a black or a red hat. Alright, next thing I need to do is drill a hole in the top of the snowflakes. Since snowflakes are pointy on the top and the bottom, I don't cut out the whole shape. Sometimes I cut out more than others, but I leave a flat top and a flat bottom. That way I have something to rest it on as I'm drilling, and I'm drilling into not a pointy part, but a flat part. Time to drill holes in the tops of the hats. I finished cutting out the snowflakes. I got holes drilled in the tops of everything. Got a few spare parts here, so now these are going to go in the tumbler for a week, and then I can glue them together. Everything's out of the tumbler now. The snowflakes just need little eyes put in them, so we'll take care of those later. Here's the snowman parts, or at least some of them. For noses, I have some carnelians tumbling right now, and they were broken pieces, like crushed carnelians. So when I put them in the tumbler the first week, little chips fell off. I just threw those into the Lotto tumbler, and I didn't bother shaping them. I just left them like that. So I'll try to use those as is, but I might end up shaping some of them as I put them on if I don't like them. And then for eyes and buttons, I actually had coal that I found on the beach and took home for some reason, so I chipped off a little piece of it and just crushed it. So I'm hoping that I can find enough pieces in there to make coal eyes and coal buttons. So let's see here. These are different thicknesses. Like, look at these hats. Some were thicker and some were thinner, so I've got to kind of match them up with the snowmen they go with. I did manage to get a couple of these Cladipora fossils. There's a little crinoid. Oh, that's not a crinoid. I thought that was a crinoid. That's the hole. There's a crinoid. I knew there were crinoids in there somewhere. Little crinoids in them, but I got 2 to tumble pretty well. They got a pretty good shine on them. But the rest of them will be these red hats, so I'll have to match all these up. And then we've got the little scarves that go on. If you remember, I did some scarves with a little bulge on the sides to kind of support the back of them, and some without. So we'll have to see what I like better. So they're going to look something like that. And then I'm going to find hopefully more triangular pieces for noses. I did bring tweezers, which I see I'm going to need. And then we'll be finding some little pieces of coal here. I'll have to look through and find the best ones, but something like that. Obviously I'll have to line this stuff up a little bit better. We'll do a couple pieces for buttons. Probably 2 buttons. Oh, they're going to look something like that. And before I glue anything together, since it's all shiny, I need to make it not shiny so the glue works better. I'll use my Dremel and just grind a little bit right there. I don't have to do the whole thing, just enough so it's got a place for the glue to grab onto. I'll also do here and here, anywhere they're coming together. For the buttons, I'm going to just hope that it works out okay without grinding little spots for those, because I don't think I can grind something that small very accurately, so I'm just not going to try. And if it doesn't work, then we'll go back and try again. Alright, I don't know how this is going to go. Got my epoxy mixed up here. I'll apply it to the back of the scarf first. Alright, the scarf is in place. Now the tricky parts. I guess the nose is going to go kind of in the middle, so I'll get that on there. Alright, and there's the nose. Is it going to stay? Who knows? Alright. Glue for the little eyeballs. Beady little eyes. Sorry, I'm not commenting. I'm concentrating too hard. Alright, a little glue for the hat and we'll be done with that one. There you go. 6 more to go. And just like that, they're all done. Got my little eyes glued on top of everything. I like the snowflakes. This one, I like the Petoskey pattern on there quite a bit, but I'm not so sure I like the color of it. It's not as white as the other ones. Kind of looks like end of the winter snowbank snow, but it's interesting. Here's the little snowmen. So some of these I made like this, where, let me compare it to this one. See how this one goes in between, there's a little bulge in the one on the left. So you don't see the overhang quite so much for the scarf. So, because I think I like this way better, but they're both pretty good. So thanks to Chris for the idea. Let me copy his idea. And by the way, these are all I made. So these are going to my family, and that's it. So you can't have any this year. I might make some of these next year. I think these take too much time to make. I'd have to charge too much for them, so I don't think I'll do that. If you'd like to see more details on how to do these, last year's video went into a lot more details. So if you want to make your own, go check that out, and I'll see you over there.